Everyone, welcome back to my channel, Relapse Tackle. In this video, we're going to be using a production mold. So production mold pours all the same size, not an assorted size where it's several different sizes. So I milled this mold out here so I can pour a number of different hooks. They can pour so many more than what this originally was made for. So it was made for the Eagle Claw 575 or 570 90-degree jig hooks. We are going to be pouring using 1/0 90-degree with the welded bait keeper, and they're all black nickel finished after that bait keeper is added on. So corrosion resistant, more corrosion resistant than a lot of them. I do have my lee pot warming up right now. The exhaust hood is off. So I'm going to switch over and start pouring these up and kind of walk through some of the stuff on storing them and everything else, because I'm not painting them up right away and I don't want the lead, starting to oxidize or anything. All right, so I'm going to turn my exhaust hood on, and then the noise canceling mic will knock out a lot of the sound, but it does make kind of a tinny noise. It just picks up on the exhaust when I talk after it's on, because it can't cancel out everything. That seems to be the easiest way to get the hooks to not be all tangled up. Just hang on to them, give them a little shake. Careful so you don't poke your fingers. Like I said, I wanted to kind of go over the whole storing them, because these ones I made up probably a month or so ago. They're getting oxidized, so that could affect how the paint stays on these and stuff. So I might melt these down and then re-pour these ones. And these ones have the size 1 EWG hook from the custom Ned hook page. Like I said, these are from the custom Ned hook page as well. If you guys want to join the page, be sure to answer all the questions though. If you're inviting your friends, make sure that they answer the questions, because typically if people aren't answering the questions, they won't be able to join the group. They'll get denied, usually a couple times. So this is starting to get melted down now, and I'm running the heat at 3. Excuse me. So even at 3, the last time I ran this, when it cooled down, the top started turning blue and purple. So that means that it was a little hot. So 3 was actually running too hot. And I know a lot of people say, well, I crack mine all the way up to 7, 8, or max it out. It's way too hot at that point. It's not safe. I wouldn't do that. It's just not safe. Going to grab this little pad down here. It's actually just a piece of tile that I like to use because it's got that rubber backing on it. And even when the lead, if a little bit of lead splashes, it doesn't burn it for whatever reason. It cools down so fast that it doesn't burn it. And I use this to catch my drips, and I'm using my modified lee pot. So this one's jacked up. think we're about warm enough. So I'm just going to set these down here. So I don't know that I ever poured in this one yet with these hooks. I know with this mold, with the EWG hooks, I can only pour. I have to skip them because it wasn't designed for them. So I might not be able to pour all of these. Let's see where things line up. I also like to add magnets to make it so that things stay put. I think this end one, I gotta mill out just a little bit more here so that it fits. But it looks like all the rest of these will fit and pour. We'll see if it closes up all the way. It's one thing about using a modified mold. You just never know first time using it. I have poured a lot of these in this size in the EWG hooks. So, like I said, I can't pour in that one, but the rest of them I can pour. Make sure the mold closes tight. There is a little bit of a gap, so I don't know if I have just one that's not quite fitting in there right. I'm gonna just dry run that one anyway. Just see. I don't know how many I'm gonna pour up on here, but you see how that works. The lead cools down pretty quick. So I did get a little flashing because it's not closing all the way. You can see a little bit of flashing. I'll have to clean up some of those. Still pretty darn cool to be able to, sorry, dropping stuff, be able to pour something like that. Custom. Taking the glove off. I let them cool down a little bit, and then I'll take, since this has a radius, it's not flat, I'll just take a couple small cuts and it'll kind of pull that away. Put your finger up on there. So this whole sprue cuts right off of there, and then you can scrape it a little bit. I would not use a belt sander. I've said it in so many videos, but I still hear a lot of people using them and then end up getting lead poisoning because they're ingesting all of that dust all the time. It's not safe. I would not do it. Yeah. So I'm not going to clean a bunch of these up. I'm just going to set them off to the side. I don't know how many of you saw that little short that I shared earlier, but this is what I do. So I'll pour up a bunch of these, cut those off, scrape them, clean them up real good. Mark on this bag the size of the jig and what mold it came from, and then what hooks I used in there. Seal it up real good, drop it in there, and then I gotta make a label, and then it'll go in there. Like I said, I haven't poured any of these up with welded baykeeper hooks, and well, I should probably show you guys that too. So taking like this lead, it's cooled down already. You might be able to see it a little bit better. So you can see the color difference between this freshly poured and these. It's quite a bit different, even if I put them side by side in my hand. So these ones are oxidized. Yeah, leave comments though, and if you guys want to see more of one video than the other, you want to see more modifications, or you know, whatever. And then also, I've been putting a lot of the videos in playlists. So if you would like to watch mold modification videos, be sure to check out the playlist. Or if you want to see painting without a fluid bed, some of the Protect powders and stuff work better without fluid bed. And then obviously the Stardust. A lot of my followers and stuff have seen me use that stuff a time or two. I don't use the fluid bed with that. They are working on making fluid beds for the colors, Stardust colors, so that people can use fluid beds if they would like to use the fluid beds. But I just prefer to fluff it and then just dip it, heat it up, and put it right in the paint. I've kind of figured out how long to heat them. Another thing I like to do with that is use the propane torch. I don't like using the heat gun too much. It would work well for heating the jig up before dipping it, but if the paint isn't stuck to the lead very well when you dip it in there, the fan inside the heat gun can blow the powder off of what you're trying to paint. So he said I don't like doing that. I'm holding the mold probably about a ½ inch away from the bottom of this pour spout also. I'm not putting it right up inside there. I was going to show you guys this one, how it poured. Trying to show you it all on one side though. Just a tiny bit of flashing, not terrible. So I think that's working pretty good. So, whoa, throwing stuff around, man. So I suppose I should show, even though we're just doing the 90-degree bait keeper hooks and the 1/0, I'm gonna show you guys the kind of a bonus. I'm going to show you guys the Barbarian hybrid style hook. I'm going to let these hooks just warm up a minute. So I got my Burry's custom hook bin down here. So these are some of the Barbarian hybrid. This is a 2/0 Barbarian hybrid. So heavier wire hook. The size 1 EWG is a lighter wire than the 1/0 and 2/0. This is a 1/0, or I'm sorry, a size 1. I'm gonna work on getting some better lighting in here too, because this is, and then this is a 1 and the 2/0 together, so I'm holding them pretty close. I'm not lined up perfect, but see the difference. Obviously the 1/0 would be between the two of those. So, and then I'll pour up a couple of those barbarians. I'm not gonna pour up a whole bunch of them. And so, like I said, make sure you guys leave comments. Oops, I might have screwed that last one up. Make sure you leave comments so I know what you want to see. And what I show in my videos is also not just what people are wanting to see, but it's just stuff that I'm currently just messing around with. And like I said, I do a lot of Stardust stuff. It's really new to the market here, but it's been around for quite a while. So, so I like to just try new things. We all should try new things and try to be innovative and stuff. And so I'm gonna pour a couple of the Barbarian, and that one EWG is a bonus. I can't remember which one I put them in, so I'm just gonna, I know it's not that one. I think it's that one, not that one, I think it's that one. I wasn't paying attention. But a dry run here and there is not gonna hurt. This is like ammunition for a slingshot. Not that I use a slingshot for anything, but I do have a sling bow though for bow fishing. So that's a 2-watt EWG, and then the hybrid Barbarian hybrid hook. It's got a little weight to it with that sprue on there. I just want to show you guys the mold that I modified. I've modified quite a few, and I'll be doing a video, like I said, in post and stuff. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a tutorial showing how to make, I believe I'm going to do, grab one of them, show how I modified the sorted size Midwest Finesse. And I'll be giving one of these away in that video. And then I'll probably throw in, I don't know, maybe a couple hundred hooks. So some of the giveaways are going to be for people that want to make the stuff. I know some people that are subscribers or people that watch the videos, then they might not make the stuff or thinking about making the stuff, but just use a lot of this stuff. So I want to do some giveaways that are geared towards people that are going to use the stuff, like the jigs, and if I make hard baits and stuff, that'll use the stuff. And then I also want to start giving away, you know, maybe do some Stardust paint and hooks and all kinds of stuff. So I'm not sure where I'm going to be at with the giveaways and everything, but we'll see how things go. So the top of my lid is actually kind of a gold, blue, purple, and I'm running it at 3, so it's still too hot and it's dripping a little bit more than it should be. I've made some pretty sweet Lee art this whole time we've been talking and pouring. And I did clean that out, but like I said, that heat, if the heat's not set right, it can affect the drip, and I might have some impurities down in there yet. I really want to get the digital temp controller installed in this, so I might be doing that soon. I'd have one and everything, I just need to set it up. Because of the thermostat, you don't really know where the temp is actually sitting. I want to be able to see where the temp is and control it a little bit better. So I'm going to stop the video there. Make sure you give the video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more. And then I'm going to keep pouring up some more of these. Thanks again for all your support. Leave a comment and let me know what you want to see more of. And like I said, check out those playlists. So if you wanted to see whatever, just check them out. You might see something you like. Thanks again.